Appreciate y'all chilling and politicking and paying attention because it's real vital. You heard me? Trench Talk TV. So that's what it's gonna sound like. It ain't gonna sound like nothing sugarcoated. It ain't gonna sound like what you want to hear. It's gonna be Trench Talk.
Y'all done started Black Balloon. You developing traction out here in the street, and at some point, come 2011, you make it to land a mixtape featuring Boosie,
right?
Entitled Under Investigation.
Right. That was a crazy time, bro. Cause like looking back on that shit now, like boy, you know, shit was fucked up. Like, you know, in the streets and niggas was, you know, it ain't, you know, like Baton Rouge is so small to the point where if you got a lot going on, you the main target. You feel me? And like thinking about that shit now, like man, I would've never did that shit. You feel me? Like that shit put a bigger target on our back. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, when you in that shit, you don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we could have been, you know, hit with Fed charges at any given time, to be honest. Like, just by putting that type of image out there. Like, they wanted to hit us with Fed charges so bad because of that. Like, and that shit just like rattled.
Taunting them,
bro. And that shit just made them people come down on us so hard they were fucking with all of us. Bad as a bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, that shit just showed me the power of your music, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you never really know who's watching. So that shit like really like opened my eyes or whatever. But I ain't gonna lie, we stood like, man, we took our lick with whatever came with that shit. Everybody stood up, you feel me, when they was in them hot seats. And I commend my niggas for that, you feel me? Like, we all took our lick whenever we was charged with whatever we went through. That shit behind us, we did what we was supposed to do. And we ain't let them bitches come between me and my niggas, you feel me? That shit ain't stopped, you know what I'm saying? Like, how we look at each other, you know what I'm saying? We respected what came with this shit. We took that shit and kept rolling, you know what I'm saying? But that was a rough time, but that shit did a lot for me musically. Like, that shit opened up doors for me in other places where motherfuckers know, like, boy, that's Vicks, he got a mixtape with Boo. Cause at the time, Boo was in jail and wasn't no music being dropped like that, you feel me? So it like, the title, what he was facing, you know what I'm saying? And just the climate of the streets at that time, that shit was like the soundtrack to what was going on in our lives at that time. Like, Boo had this situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he came out that shit on top, you feel me? Because a lot of niggas would have folded up in them type of situations, you know what I'm saying? But it came out on top with that shit and he stood up, you feel me? You can't take that from him. But, like, at that time, man, the shit was fucked up, but it helped us in a way where it grew my music and my fan base. And to this day, motherfuckers still talk about that under investigation, you feel me? But, yeah, that was a crazy time in our life, bro.
At that point, how the transition feel? Being a fan of Boosie, matter of fact, yeah, you know him, you kind of related to him at the time. Was that like an achievement for you, getting on that, doing that tape with him?
It was like an opportunity that I was glad that I was able to get, because it's like, this nigga the biggest, you feel me, in the city. So it's like, he ain't gonna just fuck with anybody or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was like,
and you held your own.
And it was a mutual respect. And at that time, I still feel like I wasn't a complete artist, you feel me? Right. I had the opportunity to do a lot of shit that I wasn't mentally prepared for, but it still worked out in my favor because, you know, I'm naturally gifted at talking about what I do, you know what I'm saying? Talking about putting this shit together, you feel me? I'm naturally gifted at it, but I feel like it was an opportunity that catapulted my, you know, my music career to a higher level, you know what I'm saying?
I got my eyes.
Yeah, that shit really helped me or whatever, but it was a dope accomplishment, you feel me? It was dope.